Hey Graceway, Pastor Tim here. Wanted to give you a quick update on our plans for in-person gatherings here in the month of December. But before I give you our plans, I always feel like I just want to explain a little bit of our rationale as we're kind of thinking and praying through the best decisions for everyone here. We really have two very strong persuasive tensions that we're dealing with. The first is just our belief in the power, in the necessity, in the joyfulness of God's people gathering in person in one place. I'm so grateful for all of the technology, for our ability to reach further and connect with more people, but there's just something about being in the room with you that I crave, that I enjoy, that I get emotional around. And not being able to do that is the last thing that I want to choose to do. The other tension is just the reality of what our country is facing right now in regards to COVID. And if you've been watching the news at all, you know that we are in uncharted territory. We are setting records almost daily. And the effect of that isn't only just on people who are getting sick. It's also on healthcare workers and space in hospitals, beds in hospitals. And so even though there aren't specific regulations for us to not be able to meet, I really feel a compulsion for the church to lead out in love and in care. I have told you so many times that as important as our beliefs are, our behaviors are equally important. And so we have really been seeking God, not only what's the best decision for Graceway, as important as it is, but what's the best decision for Raytown and for Missouri and for Kansas City. And so we're going to make a couple tweaks to our in-person services. We had planned to meet on the 6th, on the 20th, and on Christmas Eve. We are going to forego our service on the 6th because of the amount of people that were in close proximity to one another on Thanksgiving. We want to get as far away from that as possible, be able to see where the numbers are and where the exposure is. And we're going to forego our in-person service. We are going to continue to meet online, continue to worship Jesus to the best of our ability together in that way on the 6th. On the 13th, we are going to have two services. The first at 9 a.m. is going to be our English service. And I want to encourage you, if you don't feel well, if you've been exposed, if you have any vulnerability, regardless of what it is, please stay home. As much as I want to see you, as much as I want to worship Jesus with you, it's really important that we take care of one another during this time. Equally, if you feel fine, but you just feel a little apprehensive about coming, or if you feel fine, but just feel like it's better for you to stay home in terms of exposure, we are going to have a live stream of our live and in-person service. You aren't going to be watching a recorded service. You will be able to experience church with us in your home at a safe distance. So 9 o'clock on the 13th is our English service. At 11 o'clock on the 13th, we will do a Spanish service for our Spanish-speaking community, and I want to apply the same criteria. If you don't feel well, if you feel fine, but it doesn't feel like a good idea to you, or you feel fine and you feel like it's just the best decision for you to stay home, we will be live streaming the service and would love for you to join us in that way. We will then forego our December 20th service to establish a little bit of space between our in-person gatherings. And we are planning to meet together on Christmas Eve, 3 services, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and 5 o'clock. So a little bit of shifts. Wanted you to hear my rationale, wanted you to hear how we're thinking, how we're praying. Please know that the last thing that I want to do is not be able to see you, but we want to be mindful of the size of our church, of the responsibility and stewardship that we have in our community to be thoughtful, to be caring, to be loving for our neighbors, healthcare workers, hospitals, space, all of those kind of things. And so we're going to be aggressive in that, but we also want to provide space for you to worship Jesus together. And so 2 times the remainder of this month, on the 13th, 9 a.m. for English, 11 a.m. for Spanish, and then on Christmas Eve, 3 p.m., 4 p.m., and 5 p.m. I appreciate your patience with us. I appreciate all of the emails that I'm getting, all of the prayers that I can feel, that I know that we're receiving, that are being put before God's throne on our behalf. Thank you for it. I can't wait to see you on the 13th. Please know I love you. Please know I'm praying for you. And by God's grace, I'm going to see you soon.